I'm Patrick Earl, Economic Development Officer for Wheatland County. I'm here today with a group of people who call Speargrass home or work in Speargrass, but we're going to do a bit of a deep dive into life and how things happen in Speargrass. I'd like to welcome everybody here today. And I'm going to start with you, Jeff. If you just want to give us a bit of background about yourself and what you do in Speargrass.
Thanks, Patrick. My name is Jeff Perry, and I am the current president of the Speargrass Community Association.
Great. And then how about you, Jacob?
My name is Jacob Manz, and I'm the head golf professional at Speargrass Golf Course here. I've been here for 6 years, and I absolutely love it.
Excellent. And then how about you, Lorraine?
I'm Lorraine Toews, and I've lived here for 16 years. So one of the first homeowners, and we absolutely love it.
Great. Excellent. So I'm just going to go around the virtual table here, and I'm going to start off with asking you all what makes Speargrass a great place to live. I'll start with you, Jeff.
Thanks, Patrick. Again, we've been here for 12 years. We moved here from out around the Drumheller area, and I was going to say probably the biggest pluses of living in Speargrass is the community itself and its residents. Like, I mean, I believe that to be the strength of the community. Again, the location with the championship golf course here, that doesn't hurt. Living on the banks of the Bow River, there's opportunities for fishing and enjoying the river, as well as walking paths that follow it as well too.
Great. How about you, Jacob?
I think what makes Speargrass so great is basically the relaxed and friendliness of the community and all the people around here. It's just a friendly neighborhood, and you feel really inviting when you come out. So it's great.
Great. And Lorraine, how about you? What makes Speargrass a great place to live? You've been here obviously since the early days. So yeah.
It's just a wonderful place to live. The neighbors are also friendly, and we've got a really varied structure from new babies to fairly older people like me. And it's just great. Everybody mixes and mingles, and lots of dog walks. And of course, the golf course, Jacob, is amazing. We love the golf course. Our next door neighbors are fishermen, and they just can't quit raving about being so close to the bow. So, yeah. And of course, we've got Wyndham Park across the river, which is also a great little place to go if you're looking to go for a walk.
Great. And Lorraine, I'm going to ask you the next question, but what can someone do for recreation? You've mentioned a few things, but is there anything else unique to Speargrass that some of the neighboring communities might not have that really stands out to you?
Well, we've started a great walking path network that connects us to the new playground, which I'm sure Aaron was going to talk about. The community association, in conjunction with some other funders, has built a beautiful new playground for the little ones, and there's a little dog park attached to that. So that's great. The walking paths are great. In the wintertime, Carsland has curling, and they also have a nice ice skating rink that they have just, I think, put the finishing touches on this year. So there's lots to do all year round. Some of the neighbors get together and play pickleball, and some have horses boarded not too far away. So yeah, there's lots to do. It's a very social community.
Great. And Jacob, how about give us a little bit of insight in some of the unique features, say, of the golf course there?
Well, I'd say, the Speargrass is an 18-hole championship golf course, so it stretches anywhere from, I think, about 5,200 yards from the front tees and play as long as 6,800 from the back tees. But what makes it extremely unique is it has 6 par 5s, 6 par 4s, and 6 par 3s, which makes it really exciting. Just with the variety of that, you don't see that on most golf courses, and the great views coming down the stretch. 16, 17, and 18 are just so beautiful. And great sunsets when you're playing those last few in the twilight rounds. Yeah.
Great. And how about prices in comparison to, say, some of the other courses in the region? How are they?
Yeah, so we offer great value here because all of our rounds of golf include a power cart and use of the driving range. So you don't have to deal with all those extras. It's just so nice that everything's included here. And as for price value, the rates go from anywhere from $59 to $89. So extremely affordable.
Great. Okay. And Jeff, I'll give you a question related to business activity and stuff like that. What type is there types of businesses that, say, operate in the community that you're aware of that you can highlight?
Yeah, definitely the agricultural business seems to be one of the main focuses here, I guess, Patrick. And I guess having said that, there's a couple fertilizer plants just to the west of us. There's a couple of grain handling facilities as well. Belpole, I know it's changed its name, and I'm sorry I can't remember what the new name might be. Lorraine can maybe help me out there, Jacob. There's been some new businesses just that have opened just north of Carsland as well here too. So diversified, yes, and thriving as well too.
Do you know anything on home-based businesses? What types of people, what kinds of professionals, say, are calling Speargrass home?
Like you kind of touched on it, Patrick, there are a few home-based businesses, myself being one of them, and my significant other as well too. We do have people that commute to the city, to the Strathmore area as well here too, that call Speargrass home rather. Yeah, that's pretty much, I think, how I would answer that question, Patrick.
Perfect. Great. And then Lorraine, can you give us an idea where Speargrass is, excuse me, compared to Carsland, Calgary, Lethbridge, Strathmore, Chestermere, and Langdon in general?
We're about 19 minutes south of Strathmore on Highway 817. And I know that because my car tells me that every morning, 19 minutes. And we're about 2 minutes, I guess, to Carsland. I think we're about 3 or 4K away from them. To Lethbridge, I don't know, guys, maybe an hour and a half, an hour and 3/4. And to the Calgary city limits, we're on the south side going on Highway 22F, I would say we're 30 minutes, sort of. Probably less, probably more, depending on how quick you go.
Great. So I'm going to go around the table in general for all three of you on this, but how do you find people in the community in general? So, like, how are they? They obviously love the quality of life, but in general, are they very social, that kind of thing? I'll start with you, Jeff.
Like you just mentioned, Patrick, a very social community, very, very eager to volunteer, to be involved both with the golf course and the community as well here too. I know my wife is a realtor, and one of the first things that she tells her clients is they better be able to drive with one hand and wave with the other, because like Lorraine touched on earlier, it is a very, very social community.
That's great. And Lorraine, do you want to pick up on what Jeff was talking about?
Well, I think just to give you an idea, in early spring, usually depending on the weather when things dry up, we have a couple of hours where everybody gets together and we clean up around the community. And then we cook some hot dogs and have a little visit and carry on. We have community golf tournaments. We have a wagon ride on Boxing Day. We have a big barbecue once a year, our fall barbecue. Everybody just pitches in and does whatever needs to be done. And I got to say that the golf course has been really, really good to us. They've been very helpful when we've needed help within the community. And they have been good for us to work with too. So yeah, it's a great place.
Great. And Jacob, you see the residents participating in the golf and all that stuff. What any highlights you can say about the community and the people in it?
Well, I definitely have the luxury of getting everybody when they're in a good mood because they're golfing. So when everybody walks through the door, they seem to be very happy and excited to be out there. So yeah, I definitely get the benefit of getting all the residents and people coming out when they're excited about golf and just enjoying the day off. So yeah, it's great.
Great. And do you have any insight on people who visit from outside Speargrass participating in golfing and stuff? Do you see do you hear comments that you might want to also talk about from people who don't live in Speargrass yet?
And since I've started working here, it's very rare that someone has a negative comment. Everybody from outside the community, they come out here and they say, if they haven't been here before, they say they absolutely loved it. They loved the golf course. They loved the community. They loved the views. Everybody from the city that comes out here is just blown away by kind of the special place that we have out here.
Great. And well, and last question is, do you any of you have some great stories from Speargrass that you want to highlight that wouldn't happen anywhere else? I'll start with you, Lorraine.
There's a lot of great stories out here. One of my favorite, I think, is after our big barbecue, a lot of people within the community play different musical instruments, and everybody gets together around a campfire, and there's some singing and dancing and having fun, and the roads are blocked off, and a little portion of the road anyways, and yeah, everybody just has a good time. It's a very social place. Lots of people walk, so you run into neighbors that you haven't met before, neighbors that you've known for 15 years. Yeah, it's just lots of good stories.
Excellent. And how about you, Jeff? Any stories or a story?
Yeah, like Lorraine, I've got a list of stories, but I'll just give you a few here, Patrick. And I guess one of my favorite would be as at the onstart of the pandemic here, there was a number of people that volunteered their time on our website to run errands for people that weren't able to get out into the city for prescriptions and groceries and one thing or another. And I was just beside myself when I seen that. I was just so proud to be a member of the Speargrass community just for that reason, because I thought that was very upstanding of our residents to be able to volunteer for that. And I've got one more story as well here too. Do I have time here, Patrick? It's just a short one. I was going to say, again, our playground that we constructed last year, that's going to be a great amenity for the Speargrass community as well too, as well as the off-leash dog park is. And again, real estate sales this past year were phenomenal. We had a terrific year from having a number of properties that were available to all being sold but one. So that's a very successful story as well too.
Excellent. And Jacob, any stories from the course? There's got to be a few.
Well, there's lots of stories, but I think for me, one of the most fulfilling ones is doing the lessons with the Carsland schools. So grades 3 to 6, they take a bus here, and we give them instruction for about an hour twice a week, and just seeing the progression of all the juniors getting better and starting to pick up the game of golf and really enjoying it out here. I think that's probably the most fulfilling for myself.
Excellent. And one last question. I'm gonna put it on to Jeff, but with your wife in real estate, is there? Can you give us an idea on homes in the community, perhaps price ranges and availability? Can someone get in on this secret?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, Patrick, most homes that were for sale in the past year have been sold. To date, I believe there's only maybe one property that is left available. There are some lots that are available for sale as well here too. And I may be wrong on the pricing, but I want to say anywhere from 75,000 to up to 125, I believe, I would be in and around the values I would think for these lots, Patrick. And yeah, again, it just seemed like there was a number of people that were moving this past year out of the city, and looking for something a little bit more rural and something a little bit more quiet and safer. And so I think that that's probably why you're seeing the numbers that we're seeing this year.
Great. Yeah, that helps me a lot. So I'd like to thank you all, Jeff, Jacob, and Lorraine, for participating in this WC conversation, and we're more than happy as Wheatland County to highlight this great community in the county, and we want to expose and share that secret out about you guys. And what we're looking to do with our WC conversations is we're going around Wheatland County to our communities and hamlets and highlighting the little magical elements that make these communities great places to live and work and recreate, and getting an understanding and a feeling of the people who live in these communities, people like you people. And I totally appreciate your time today, and thank you very much. And for everybody looking at these conversations, they can be found on infinitewc.ca/media, on our YouTube page, and also on our podcast platforms. And again, thank you for your time today, and I completely appreciate it. And Speargrass sounds like a great place to live and enjoy. So again, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity, Patrick, and come and join us. Come and see us, and we'll do it again.
Right on. Sounds good. Okay.
Thank you. Bye now.
Thanks.